Welcome to This Explainer. We're diving right into the profound final moments of the Catholic Mass. This is actually the culmination of a 20-part journey, and we're picking up exactly where the quiet, reflective silence after communion begins to fade. Now, if you've ever felt like the end of the service is, just a countdown to hitting the parking lot, well, you're about to see these final moments in a completely different light. Because it begs a pretty simple question. What really happens when the Mass ends? We've kind of got to challenge this common assumption that the end of Mass is just a polite goodbye. I mean, it's so easy, right? You pack up your things, check your watch, and treat the priest's final words as the liturgical equivalent of have a great week. But looking at the source material, there's actually a stunning reality behind those final words that literally flips that whole assumption right on its head. So let's just dive right into this.
Part 1. The final shift, from victim to shepherd.
Just picture the scene for a second as it unfolds. The profound silence after communion starts to fade. The tabernacle is closed. Everybody stands up. And in this brief passing moment of quiet, a major pivotal shift is actually happening right at the front of the church. During the entire liturgy of the Eucharist, the priest stood at the altar representing Christ the victim offering the sacrifice. But now, he physically and spiritually pivots. He turns around to face you. And as he lifts his hand, he isn't representing the victim anymore. He's turning to the people as Christ the shepherd. The sacrifice is done, and now the shepherd is looking out at his flock. Moving on to part 2, not a farewell, the divine commissioning. The source material makes a pretty bold claim right here. It tells us that the final blessing is absolutely not the end of something holy. Actually, it's the beginning of something divine. It's a literal divine commissioning. It's as if Christ is speaking directly to you, saying, "You have received me. Now go carry me to the world." It's the kickoff to a vital outward mission. And notice how this ancient command connects directly to the end of the Mass. Jesus famously said in John chapter 20, verse 21, "As the Father has sent me, so I send you." The text breaks down how at the end of every single Mass, that exact command is being fulfilled in real time. He is literally sending you. I just love this incredible contrast. Think about it. You walked through the church doors an hour ago seeking nourishment, basically arriving like a hungry beggar. But because of what you just received, you definitely don't leave the same way you came in. You're being sent back out through those exact same doors as a fully equipped ambassador of heaven. Which brings us to part 3, the power conferred, blessing in persona Christi. So when the priest extends his hand to bless you, he's acting in persona Christi, which literally translates to in the person of Christ. This is a massive theological reality. It means the priest isn't just up there waving his hand as some nice symbol. No, through him, Christ himself is directly blessing you and conferring real, tangible power onto you. In this conferred power, it's designed for 4 highly specific purposes. First off, to strengthen your soul for the crazy week ahead. Second, to guard you against temptation. Third, to actively preserve the grace you literally just received in the Eucharist. And finally, to send you forth in peace. It's basically a complete spiritual equipping. All right, part 4, the living altar, translating ritual to reality. Think about those final words you hear. Go forth, the Mass is ended. Or maybe variations like, go and announce the gospel of the Lord. Or, go in peace, glorifying the Lord by your life. Look, these are absolutely not a dismissal to just go home, kick off your shoes, and watch TV. They are urgent mission statements. They're declaring, you have encountered the Lamb, now you need to go become his witness. After that final blessing, the church really doesn't want you just returning to a quote-unquote normal, passive life. The text makes it super clear. You're expected to take this light, take this fire, and take Jesus directly into your everyday conversations, into your job, your family dynamics, and right out onto your streets. You're quite literally meant to be a disruptive force of grace in a mundane world. Because having received Christ, your whole identity has shifted. You leave that building not just as some observer who attended a nice service, but as a living vessel. You're a living altar. You're a mobile tabernacle carrying the divine right out into the world. You're a walking gospel. Honestly, you're meant to become Christ to the world around you. Finally, part 5, the launch of saints, the culmination of the journey. So the next time the priest lifts his hand and says, "May Almighty God bless you," don't just passively bow your head. The text actually gives us 3 powerful steps to fully embrace this power. Step 1, receive it like armor, letting it strengthen and guard you. Step 2, Wear it like glory, really recognizing the profound dignity of being an ambassador of heaven. And step 3, live it like fire, letting it completely ignite your daily life and interactions.
The really crucial point here is this relationship of cause and effect. You were fed by heaven. That's what happened during the Mass. But why? Well, so that you could go out and feed the hungry. You were nourished spiritually for a distinct outward purpose.
In fact, the entire experience of the Mass culminates in this one beautiful dynamic. You were loved by Christ. He offered himself for you. He gave himself to you in communion. But here's the kicker. That love isn't meant to stop with you. You are loved by Christ, so you can go out and love like Christ. You are the literal mechanism, that mobile tabernacle, designed to deliver that exact same love to everyone else. Which brings us to our final thought as we wrap up this explainer. As you step out those church doors next week, keeping all of this in mind, what's it going to be for you? Will you treat the final blessing as just a polite goodbye, a dismissal to go back to your normal life? Or will you recognize it for what it truly is, the launch of saints? You've been equipped, you've been commissioned. So, are you ready for the launch?